Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Subhashree Beeman. I translate from French, Spanish, and Tamil to English. The translation excerpt I'm going to present today is from a Tamil novel called Paettai. It's written by Tamil Prabha. He's a screenplay writer and a journalist. Dalits are the India's untouchables. This is the debut novel of Tamil Prabha. He is a Dalit Christian. This novel is a Dalit gaze on the discrimination that occurs in the urban social milieu. The novel is inspired by his best friend's suicide due to mental illness and drug addiction. The novel is set in the historically significant Chintadripet, a ghetto in the South Indian city of Chennai. It is a bustling locality in the central part of the metropolis, situated in the bank of Kuam River. Chintadripet was founded in 1735 by the British when India was their colony to meet the growing demands of cotton. Um, Over a period of two generations, the story traces the changes that this neighborhood has undergone from a thriving center to the present day slum. Many Dalit stories have been accounted for that take place in the Indian villages. The discrimination that takes place in the city is veiled and hidden behind the notions of what is accepted and celebrated, like the lighter skin color, purchasing power, linguistic ability, food, religion, and music. This novel is written by an author from the ghetto, the edges of the society, bringing to light the difficulties that a person from the fringes faces to integrate himself into the mainstream society. The novel portrays several degrees of addiction, from drugs and alcohol to memories and social media. Paettai talks about several issues that impact a post colonial society: the politics of evangelism, mental illness, survivor's guilt, corruption, class, gender, and caste conflicts. I'm going to read a paragraph from the Tamil novel and then follow it by the translation of the chapter 4. நாட்கள் செல்ல செல்ல சௌமியன் ரூபன் நட்பு இன்னும் ஆழமானது. சௌமியன் சிரத்தை எடுத்து அதை ஆழப்படுத்தினான். ரூபன் அந்த ஆழத்தில் முழுவதுமாக விழுவதற்கு பிரியப்படவில்லை. குறிப்பாக ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமைகளை சௌமியனுடன் அடக்கமாக செலவிடுவதில் அவனுக்கு விருப்பமில்லை. அன்று முழுவதும் தான் சபையிலேயே இருக்க வேண்டும் என சௌமியனிடம் சொல்லிவிட்டு அண்டா உருட்டி யோசிப்பு ஆகியோருடன் கிரிக்கெட் டோர்னமெண்ட் ஆடப்போகும் காட்சிகளை ஓட்டி பார்ப்பான். ஆனால் சபைக்கு போகாமல் முற்றிலும் தவிர்ப்பது அவன் குடும்ப சூழ்நிலையில் இயலாத காரியமாய் இருந்தது. ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமைகளில் அம்மாவோடு சபைக்கு செல்வது போல உள்ளே நுழைந்து அரை மணி நேரம் இருந்துவிட்டு வெளியேற விழ ஆரம்பித்தான். அவன் போவதை பார்த்தாலும் பார்க்காத மாதிரி நகோமி அம்மா கண்டுகொள்ள மாட்டாள். குடும்ப ஜெபம், அதிகாலை ஜெபம், வேத வாசிப்பு போன்றவற்றில் ஈடுபாடு தனக்கு தேய்ந்து கொண்டே போவதை உள்ளூர அறிந்தவனுக்கு ஒருவித குற்ற உணர்ச்சி கவலை கொள்ள வைத்தது. ஆன்மீக விருப்பத்தில் தனக்கு ஏற்பட்ட சோம்பேறித்தனத்துக்கு நாத்திகம் என பெயர் வைத்து தன்னையே சமாதானம் செய்து கொண்டு போகாமலேயே விட்டான். ரெஜினா சபைக்கு கிளம்புகிற வேளையில் கலைந்த தூக்கத்தை தக்க வைக்க போராடுவதற்காக அவன் புரளும் போது, தன்னை முற்றிலும் தெரியாதவர்களை கூட ஏசப்பா மன்னிச்சுடுவாரு, ஆனா அவரையும் அவர் வசனங்களையும் அறிஞ்சு நீ அவரோட ஊழியத்துக்கு ஒப்பு கொடுக்கப்பட்ட நீ தேவனை அசட்டை செய்கிற, அவரோட 2ஆம் வருகையின் போது நீ நரகத்துக்கு தான் போவ. ரெஜினா புலம்புவாள், கிட்டத்தட்ட அழுவாள். Chapter 4. As days went by, Saumian took extra care to make his friendship deeper with Reuben. In contrast, Reuben was not too happy spending his Sundays with Saumian. He imagined lying to Saumian that he needed to be at the church the whole day and instead dreamed of playing cricket with Andaurti and Yosip. But not going to the congregation didn't seem to be a viable option considering his current situation in the family. On Sundays, Reuben would go to the congregation with his mother, stay for half an hour, and slip out without anyone noticing. Even when Nagomi Amma noticed him leave, she turned a blind eye to it. He often found himself riddled with guilt as he became aware of his decreasing interest in family prayer, early morning prayer, and Bible reading activities. However, he did nothing to make the guilt go away or make any attempt to move forward in his spiritual path like he expected. Reuben slowly stopped going to the congregation due to his growing laziness, calling the spiritual lethargy atheism to convince himself. He'd try He'd try to sleep a little longer on the days that Regina got ready to go to the church. She'd be close to tears, lamenting, Jesus will forgive even those who didn't know him, but you're ignoring to serve him despite knowing him and his scriptures. During his second coming, you're definitely going to hell. One day, he yielded to his mother's tears and visited the congregation after a really long time. Thunderclap Ebenezer was giving his sermon. He said, Lord's children must not worship statues. They shouldn't go to other congregations. No matter what a hard time they are going through, they should never fail to donate or pay tithe. As thunder clapped for more than an hour, he repeated the tithe part several times. Reuben began questioning mentally whether these rules were given in the Bible or was everyone twisting the Bible to suit them. He was not allowed to go to another congregation and he had no interest in the mother congregation, so he stopped going to the church after that day. Cricket became his life as he spent more time with his friends playing on the cricket ground. He had a one sided love for an Anglo Indian girl called Maisie. She was studying in Christ Church School, which was located near Devi Theatre on Anna Salai. Every day he rode Yosep's cycle to her school, even before her classes ended, to find new ways to grow his love. On the midnight of Christmas Eve, Reuben confessed his love to Maisie behind the Sacred Heart Church. She replied with a Merry Christmas. He took that as a sign of acceptance. He met her again on New Year's Eve with a gift. Maisie said that she understands his love for her, but she was leaving to Australia in April and she didn't know when she will be back. She left him with a few pieces of homemade wine cake. As his 12th standard exams neared, Reuben sought Soumyan's friendship selfishly and went to his house with his notebooks. Soumyan taught all the lessons and math tricks that he knew to Reuben, without making a big deal out of the rejections he faced in Reuben's friendship earlier. Soumyan's focus was on getting Reuben, who had lost complete interest in studies, to at least pass the exams. Soumyan, who never let anyone near him while studying, even went as far as visiting Reuben's house to study with him. If Reuben wasn't home, he'd take the cycle, go find him, and make him study. All the rules he had put for himself meant nothing when it came to Reuben. Soumyan had several times asked himself why he cared so much for him, but he never really got a clear answer. For that matter, he wasn't looking for clarity. Reuben passed the 12th board exams solely due to Soumyan's efforts. Reuben got into Pachayappa's college. On the 27B bus route to his college, he developed friendship with a girl. When she wanted to make it more than friendship, not finding her attractive enough, he changed his bus route to 15B. At college, a few friends introduced Reuben to Periyar Dasan. He asked Reuben to read books on Periyar, the activist and politician who brought about change in the society against caste and gender inequality. When Reuben read the books that Periyar Dasan suggested, he started challenging the notion of God. He felt disappointed and angry at himself for having been gullible to not have realized that he has been cheated all his life. One Sunday he declared to Regina, Ma, I've joined the Periyar party. Hereafter don't ask me to attend the church. Regina threw the cloth brush at him that she was washing the clothes with. When it missed him, she ran up to hit him with her own hands. Nagomi Amma intervened, raised her voice at Regina. What is this? You are raising your hand against a young man who has grown taller than your shoulders? Didn't you hear what he said? Regina asked her. Regina looked at him and questioned, Who is he, Periyar? He will never die a good death. Reuben retorted in anger. Look here, don't talk disrespectfully. That's all I will say. Thu, today if you are alive, if you are going to a good school and college to study, everything is because of the Lord's grace. You are a child committed to the ministry. She looked at Nagomi Amma for support. Why are you silent? Tell him. Nagomi Amma beseeched to him. Ruba, do you know what state you were born in? It was the Lord who found you. Come to the congregation. Be the Lord's child you were meant to be. Aren't you, my darling? Look here, Aya. Don't irritate me by supporting her. I don't like going there and all. That pastor is such a pervert. Everyone's saying. Regina interrupted him. How does it matter how the pastor is? You are going there for the sake of the Lord. He replied, If you keep irritating me like this, wait and see, one day I'll fucking drown in the river. He pushed Nagomi Amma away, who tried to hug him. Regina went back to washing the clothes. From then on, Regina believed that Satan had taken over Reuben's mind because he refused to go to the congregation despite being baptized. She mourned in her prayer request to Jesus that she had sinned because she was raising an antichrist at home. She prayed every day with unwavering faith that her son should have a change of heart so that she can keep the promise she made to the Lord when he was a child. Thank you.